Hi, welcome to yoga. Today we're going to think about the word supple, which means moving and bending easily and gracefully. And yoga is a perfect practice for that. That's what we incorporate, making muscles not only strong but long, and stretching is an important part of that. So, that being said, let's start on our backs. So just come down to a supine position, lying on your back. Close your eyes. And being aware of where you are and what's around you. Bring your awareness now inside and see what's going on inside your body today. So I'd just like to lead you through a relaxation process, just starting at the top of your head. Relax your scalp. Relax the muscles around your eyes. Let your cheeks be heavy. The back of your skull supported, your whole back body supported. Just let each part sink into your mat. Jaw is relaxed, teeth slightly apart. Be sure you're breathing through your nose, in and out through your nose. Relax your neck. Feel your shoulders on the mat, the backs of your shoulders, your shoulder blades. Let your shoulders and arms sink down. Just let yourself be supported totally by the ground, the floor. Feel the back of your torso, back of your rib cage, the back of your pelvis against the mat. Sink down, release. Let yourself be supported. And then your legs, backs of your legs touching the mat. Muscles around the joints can just release. Totally supported all the way down to your heels. Your feet can fall out probably a little bit, spread out. Don't worry about flexion of your feet, just relax your legs all the way down to your toes. And same for your fingers. Your backs of your hands are on the mat. Your fingers will probably curl up a little bit. Just release them as far as they go. Let them just be hanging. And then bring your attention to your breath. Put one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart space. And we're going to begin a pranayama of inhale 3, hold the breath in for 3 in stillness, exhale to a count of 6. So inhale for 3, hold in stillness for 3, exhale for 6. It's very simple, but the movement of your body, your belly is relaxed, so that as you inhale, your belly rises first. Let it be like a wave traveling up, little expansion in your rib cage all the way up to your collarbones. Hold complete stillness for 3, and then the exhale is twice as long, and it recedes from the top down, so in the opposite direction of the inhale. So keep relaxed everywhere you can be. If you notice tension accumulating in your face or jaw, just relax again. Make the pace be comfortable and easy. Slow, deep belly breaths. You don't want to over inhale, so just a gentle inhalation. 3, you'll feel the movement in your body from your belly up. And hold. And then exhale for 6. You might want to help you keep still, have your focus on the space between your eyebrows, your third eye, just to help with that stillness and focus. We're just going to do several more rounds like this. Take one more round. And when that round is, the exhale is complete, let go of the pranayama and come back to a slow, deep, even breath. Take a few moments to create an intention for your practice. And then, in your own best way, come on up to all fours, tabletop. Set up so that your wrists are under your shoulders, knees are under hips. Lengthen your arms, so press into your spread fingers, press into your hands. Make a little suction cup, so pull the middle of your palm up as you're pressing down through the heel and the ball mounts of your fingers. Press into your knees, the tops of your feet, and begin a few rounds of cat-cow in time to your own breath, so slowly flexing and extending your spine. Starting gently, moving a little deeper with each round, but not clenching or forcing. Just slowly waken the muscles around your spine. Slowly bring some movement into the vertebrae. Anytime you can close your eyes during practice, it helps to really focus on the internal. So one teacher I had said, yoga is working in, not working out. So keep in mind as we do this practice today, that word supple. So a balance of strength length and stretch so that our movements can be smooth and fluid and graceful. And then pause from the cat-cow and firm up your core, so draw your navel toward your spine. And on an inhale, take your right leg back, foot is flexed, reach out through the heel. Exhale, bring your knee toward your nose. So the same flexion, extension, bringing in a little balance and a little more core. So 3 times like that. And then the next time you bring your right leg out through the crown of your head, bring your left arm up, spread your fingers, reach out through your left arm, and take a few breaths, holding here. Gazing down at your mat. Bring your left hand down, right knee down, and we'll do the other side. So same thing on this side. Inhale, bring your left leg out, reach strongly out. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose, toward the nose, 3 times, moving with your breath. And then after the 3rd time, hold your left leg out straight. Raise your right arm, lengthen out in 2 directions. Try to keep your pelvis level. Smooth breaths. And then bring your right hand down, left knee down. And you might want to sit back on your, tuck your toes under and sit back and just move your wrists a little bit, in case you're getting some tension in your wrists. And this is a really good stretch for your toes. We're going to be working with kind of our outer extremities a little bit more today. So this is a really good toe stretch. It can be kind of uncomfortable. Then come back to all fours. And on an inhale, take your left leg out to the side. Toes are pointing out. Turn to look at your left leg. And then inhale, bring that leg, cross it over to the other side, and turn on the exhale and look over there. You do that 2 more times. Inhale, left leg straight out from your hip. Turn to look. So it's a little bit of a stretch on your side. Inhale, cross it over, turn to look on the exhale. And then 1 more time on that side. So we're stretching up the right side, excuse me. And then bring that left leg, knee back down. And this time, inhale the right leg out, toes point away, turn to look. Inhale, cross the leg over, turn to look on the exhale. 2 more times. And then push yourself back into child's pose. Settle down as quickly as you can into your version of child's pose. You can rest your head on your hands, put something behind your knees. Just see how quickly you can just relax totally down into the rest posture, Balasana child's pose. Just take some breaths here. And then bring yourself up to your knees. going to sit back on our heels. If it's more comfortable for you to have a block under your hips, you can do that. So sit back on your knees. You're on the tops of your feet. And bring your arms up. Palms touch over your, palms together over your top of your head. So you want to keep your elbows as far back, either in line with your ears or far back, just not a rounded back. So shoulder blades together on the back. This is like an Egyptian. So inhale, lengthen up. Keep everything just as it is, and then activate your core, and as you exhale, slowly bend forward, bringing your head and your hands toward the mat. And then inhale slowly, keeping everything in line. Come back up and do that 2 more times. So inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold forward. Slow, slow, slow. Strong core. Inhale up. And then do that 1 more time. Make sure you keep your core engaged. Protect your low back. And then when you come up from that, come back to tabletop, all fours. Walk your hands 1 hand length out in front. Bring your shoulders over your wrists and keeping your elbows right next to your chest and your hips up in the air. Exhale, lower down, core is engaged, lower slowly, slowly, slowly. So your chin, chest come first, and then lengthen out your legs. And just bring your forehead on your stacked hands to rest for a few breaths. Again, let everything down into the mat. And then come up and put your, we'll do a little baby cobra. Put your hands under your shoulders and using mostly your upper back muscles, raise your chest up. Just use your hands lightly if you can. And then lower. 2 more times. Inhale into a cobra. You might come up a little higher. Keep your elbows near your chest. And then come back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes and come into downward facing dog. So there are a lot of options in down dog. It could feel good to you to pedal your feet or take some movement and then move into stillness. You can bend your knees a lot and gradually straighten them. You can lift a leg up, 3-legged dog, bend your knee, look under your arm. These are all options. You can also come out to a high plank and move back and forth between downward dog and high plank. You might need to move your hands out a little bit further in front for that. So find the version of downward dog that feels good to you today. It's an arm balance, and just take about another half minute or minute to do your down dog, however you want it to be. You always have the option to go back into a child's pose if you ever feel called to do that. So make it all yours. then we will meet in down dog, traditional, just down dog. And we're going to walk our hands up into a forward bend, different than we usually do. We're going to cross the legs over as we walk up. So the right leg crosses over the left, and then the left over the right. So just a new wrinkle. So walk your feet up like that till you get to the standing forward bend, Uttanasana. Start with your belly on your thighs, so knees are deeply bent. And just like in down dog, you can gradually straighten your legs, but you want the weight of your head and upper body to lengthen out the low back. Arms can be, you can hold your shoulders, you can wrap around the back of your legs. You can even put your hands under the front of your feet. This might be called gorilla pose, I'm not sure. So find forward bend, take a couple more breaths in forward bend. And then come halfway up, lengthen out, and then all the way up, reach up, fingers spread, palms together, hands down the midline, Anjali Mudra. And we'll build our first mountain pose today. If you have a wall, this is it's great just to check your alignment, to stand against the wall. So the back of your head, the back of your heels, your shoulders, the backs of your hands are touching the wall. And we're going to take, whether you're at the wall or just freestanding, 10 deep, even breaths here. So as we started, you could even put your hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. You're going to reconnect with the breath, using only the energy that it takes to remain in alignment here. Chest is really open. Feel what's going on inside your body. If you can close your eyes, if you have the balance, please do that. See if you can have a little smile on your face, or see if you can feel the smile inside. I've heard that, and it's kind of fun. It's kind of sort of I imagine it to be a lightness, a lifting kind of feeling. Stay with your breath. Several more rounds. Slow, even. Just like we started with on our backs. Oh, not really. Sorry. Not with the hold. Well, you could do it with the hold, but even inhale, even exhale. One more breath. Now we're just gonna, I told you we're gonna work with our extremities a little bit. We're gonna work the neck for a little bit. So inhale, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Keep your alignment. Exhale, chin gently to your chest. Inhale, back up. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Reach down toward the mat with your left arm, and don't let your right shoulder come up either. So your shoulders are going to stay down from your ears. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder, toward left shoulder. Stretch, supple, stretch. Inhale up, and this exhale, raise your chin up. Be careful here, cervical spine is more fragile, so don't overdo it. and then back to center. So do 2 more rounds just like that. Inhale, center. Exhale, first the chin goes down. Back to center, and then exhale, right ear, keeping shoulders down. Center, and exhale, left ear down. Center, and then chin goes up. And then 1 more time. And then we're going to do, this is kind of a breathing pose, lion, but it works the muscles of your face. But to bring even more into it, have your arms out to the side, palms forward, and really lengthen down through your arms. Then we're going to inhale, a big inhale, and then out through the mouth, exhale with your tongue out, eyes wide. So it looks like this. Now don't be afraid to make noise. That's what makes it lion. 2 more times. Inhale. Strong arms. Really stretch your face on the exhale. Okay, so that's the tongue stretching, all the muscles around your mouth, your eyes. It's a good one. And now, fingers and hands. So I think of this when I'm washing my hands during COVID. So this is an off the mat yoga that you could do when you're washing your hands. So just start massaging each finger with your other hand. So start with your thumb, just a gentle massage. Gently pull the fingers out. Massage, lengthen, gently pull them out. So just rubbing, lengthening each finger. So when I'm washing my hands for COVID, I rub each finger and then go back the other way, and it works out to 20 seconds. So then keeping with your left hand, use your right hand to push those fingers back toward the back of your hand and the thumb, and then push them down toward the palm. Put the thumb in the palm, circle the fingers around it, and circle your wrist one way, circle the other way, and then we'll do the same thing with the other hand. So left hand is going to massage each finger and your thumb, gently pulling them out. I have some arthritis in my fingers, and this feels good. So be gentle, you don't want it to hurt. And after you've massaged all the fingers, then pull each one back and toward the palm. So gently again, don't overdo it. And toward the palm. So this is stretching all the muscles in your fingers. Last thing you do is put your thumb in this palm, close the other fingers over, and rotate your wrists a few times in each direction. Okay, and then we're going to inhale, arms come up, interlace your fingers, which are all now warmed up. Turn your palms to face up. So lengthen up. Inhale, exhale, side bend to the right, reach out, press down through your left foot and leg. Inhale up, exhale the other side, stretch all up the right side of the body. A few more times each side. Inhale brings you up, exhale, lengthen, stretch. So we want our muscles to be strong and also long. So a bodybuilder, you might describe that look as muscle bound. Yoga doesn't go for muscle bound. Yoga goes for supple, strong, and long. Okay, then bring your arms down, rotate your shoulders back and forward a few times. I'm going to do a couple balance poses. So we're going to rise up on our toes. So we sat on our toes, so this is stretching the backs of the toes. As your arms come up in a sun breath, you're going to come up onto your toes. And as your arms come down, you come down. So this is balance, so you want to have that gaze point that's not moving. Move with your breath. Have a playful attitude. Smile. Building balance. One more time. If you would like to try holding up, please do. And then come down. And we're going to do a one-legged balance. Usually, or one that we do often, is knee up in front. This is called flamingo, and it's going to just be on one leg, other leg bent, and foot behind. So it seems easy, but I'm not finding it too easy. So balance, core, engage your core. Let the weight go into your right foot, come onto your left toes. Have your core is engaged, have your gaze point. Your hands in this you can do anything you want with your arms. So you might start like this, and then just lift your left foot off the ground. Foot is flexed. Don't let your right hip jut out. Relax your face, smile, breathe. If you want to flap like a flamingo, or you can do anything you want with your arms. But we're going to see if we can stand here for a while. Maybe 10 more seconds. If you come out, just come back in. Feel the strength in that standing leg. You're building strength there. And this is balance poses are also where you really want strong ankles. That's why they build the strength in the ankles. So the other side now, let the weight come into the left leg, and right leg goes back. This side might be different. It might be easier because your body sort of knows what you want it to do. So just stay with your breath. Remember, it's a practice. You're building balance. If you do just a minute or two every day of balance, you are building your balance. Okay, now come out with grace. And turn to face the long edge of your mat. Step your feet wide apart. Toes are pointed forward. Start with your hands on your hips and lengthen up nice and tall. Press down into your feet. Begin to bend forward as you exhale. Keep your back long and straight. Make all the flexion be in your hip joint as far as you can go. And then you can bring your hands to the mat or to a block. Once you get all the hip flexion you can, then you can let your upper body fall. You might be able to walk your feet out a little wider. So come into Prasarita Padottanasana, standing forward, wide leg forward bend. And just
hang there. And then just walk your hands over toward your right leg. You might take your right ankle in your left hand or not. And then back to center and over to the left. So just a few more times. Walk your hands to each side, noticing where you feel the stretch. You can bring as much rotation in as you want, or little, perhaps looking up. Make sure you keep breathing. And then come back to center. Maybe bring your feet in a little bit. Come up halfway, hands on your hips, strong flat back. Then press into your feet, come all the way up. Keep your legs wide apart. Bring your heels in so that your toes are pointing out at a 45-degree angle. And sit back, so bend your knees. Horse pose. So come down as much as is comfortable. You want to make sure that your knees are going out in the same direction as your toes. And bring your arms up shoulder height. Then flap the hands down. So just inhale up. Exhale, upper arm stays the same. Lower arm, palms go back, palms come up, down, up. Then bring your forearms together in front, palms touch. Inhale, open wide, goalpost, 2 more times. Strong legs. We're diverting attention from the legs by moving the arms. And then last one, right arm over left, give yourself a hug, pat your shoulders, arms out, and cross the other way, pat your shoulders, and then straighten up. And come back to the front edge of your mat, and we're going to come down through a half sun salutation. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, chair, and pause here. We're going to hold chair, strong pose. Keep your arms up if that's comfortable, or you can have them here or behind your back. A couple more breaths in chair. Stay with it. And then exhale down. Walk your feet back into downward facing dog. Lengthen up. Then come to your knees. And stand on your knees. So you might want to face actually the long edge of your mat for this, because we're going to put our legs out, and it can be helpful to have them on the mat so they don't slide. So start up tall. Take your left leg out to the side. Your foot can be, toes can be pointing forward, or toes can be pointing straight in line with the leg, the way they did when we did that pose earlier. So square your hips toward the front. Put your left hand on your left thigh. Inhale, right arm up, and begin side bending to the left as your left hand slides down your thigh. Keep your arm over your ear. Gate pose, Parigasana, gate pose. So we've been stretching in our warm-ups and approach here the inner thigh, so that we could get here. So hold here, inhale, each inhale lengthen up and out. Exhale, perhaps go a little deeper. Big stretch on the inner thigh and outer right side. bit of a balance. And then come back up, bring that knee in, and we'll do the other side. So, right leg out to the side. I have to admit that I do not feel supple right now. This is kind of challenge. Okay, so other side, right hand on your right thigh, left arm up, exhale, side bend to the right. Each inhale, don't try not to collapse, think of your spine moving up and out. Stretching all the way from your knee, left knee out through your left fingertips. And also your inner thigh muscles. How about 2 more breaths? And then come back up. And come down to a seat. You can stay in the same facing the long edge of your mat. Take your legs out to the side in a V. Flex your feet. You could have a block around for this. We're just going to do seated, wide-legged forward bend. So activate your legs, lengthen up through your spine, and then as you exhale, pull your belly in. So you want to protect your low back by bringing your navel toward your spine here. And you can walk your hands forward a little, can be very little, just really nice stretch here. You can, depending on how flexy you are, just go down to whatever feels good. I have to be really careful here. My low back has little funny feelings that I don't want to push it. So you shouldn't push it either, but if it feels good, keep going. You can come all the way down as far as you want. You can reach your hands out toward your lower legs, toward your ankles or your toes. So everyone's going to be a little different here. And then come up, take your right hand and slide the back of your hand down your right leg. Bring your left arm up and side bend so as if you were going to touch your right toes with your left hand. And just another side stretch here. Breathe into the stretch. Exhale, soften. Make sure your left buttock doesn't come off the floor. And then inhale up. And we'll try the other side. So back of your left arm slides down your left leg. Inhale up. You can take your gaze up. So you don't want that right shoulder to come forward. Keep pulling the right shoulder back or encouraging it back. Remember that your slow, even breathing signals your body that it can relax into the pose. Let go of tension. Come back up. Bring your legs together and get yourself long way on the mat again. We're going to do a quick bridge boat pose. So knees are bent, feet hip width apart. Lengthen up through your spine. So this is strong core. Engage your core, shine your chest out. You can this is boat pose, or you can use the back of your thighs to lift up onto your sit bones and keep holding here. The important thing is lengthen out your spine. You don't want to round like this.
lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Arms can go out. Breathe. Come out whenever it's time. And then bring your feet down. And now we're going to lower very slowly, rounding our back. So trying to touch each vertebrae from the bottom up as we slowly belly in, slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. All the way down. And once we're down, hug your knees, both knees into the chest, Apanasan, and just rock. Rock on your pelvis, rock on your spine. Maybe make circles. Knees around your hips. Feels so good. Other way. And then bring the feet up toward the ceiling. Knees stay bent. Hands take hold of the bottom of the feet. Happy baby. Knees are moving toward your shoulders. And you can press down pretty strongly against your feet. Pressing feet up, hands down. Rock. You can rock a lot or a little. It's a really nice massage for your back. And then let your feet come back to the mat. And we're going to do some moving bridge with some options. So get your heels as close to your hips as you can. So maybe your fingers can touch the back of your heels. And then bring your shoulder blades together on the back so you're giving your chest is really open. Spread your toes, spread your fingers, press down into the mat. Inhale, lift your pelvis. Exhale, release from the top down. Each time might get a little higher, so move into it gradually. If your knees are splaying out, energetically bring them toward each other. And remember, keep a long neck. Your chest is rising toward your chin, not the other way around. And the next time you raise up, hold. You can clasp your fingers onto your back. I like to do that. And then there's some options here. You can hold your bridge, coming out whenever you want to. You can raise one leg up, makes it a little more of a strengthener. Just make sure if you raise one, you raise the other. If you come down, you just come up again and take a few breaths each time. See if we can take a few more breaths in bridge. And then lower down slowly, slowly, slowly. Lengthen out your right leg on the mat. Foot is flexed. You might press into your hands to come a little bit over onto your right hip before we go into the twist. Then take your left knee over your right. Left arm is out shoulder height. Supine twist. So make any adjustments here that make this feel supported and comfortable, where you can feel the twist, but you can relax as much as possible. Might feel good to straighten out your left leg. Have the foot rest on the floor. Have your hand on your left knee.
a little added weight. So always modify to make it work for you. Hold it for about a minute. And then inhale, come back to center, straighten out your left leg, and take your right knee over the left leg. The side will be different, so again, make any modifications, notice the differences, and find the twist that allows you the most stretch, lengthening. Remember that we want muscles that are long and strong. Breath is a really important part of stretching, so you want to inhale into the stretch and then make sure your exhale is at least as long as your inhale, maybe even a little longer, allowing release of tension, signaling to your body that it's safe to let go. A few more seconds. And then come out of the twist, and if there's any pose or movement before Shavasana that you'd like to take, go ahead and do it, and then begin to set up for Shavasana. Before we actually go into Shavasana, I did a little relaxation exercise at the centering in the beginning, and I'm going to do a little one as we close, a little different exercise. So get in your Shavasana position, and we're just basically going to, on an inhale, tighten every muscle that you can possibly do. Go from 0 to 60. Your face, every single thing, just clench it all together. Squeeze, 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 tighten, 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 contract, and then exhale through your mouth. Just let it all go. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, tighten everything. Let it go. 1 more. Inhale, contract all your muscles. Squeeze it all in. Let it go. And now, go into Shavasana. So now, feel all the release there. Feel the support that you have on your mat. Your whole body supported, safe. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to worry about. Just let your thoughts go on churning and see them as they pass by. Stay with your breath, the movement of your body. Perhaps looking at that third eye, gazing between your eyebrows, that's blank screen, or maybe something will show up on it. Just letting go of all concerns, worry, effort in your body, and letting be, surrendering right to this moment, these moments, each moment, each breath as it comes and goes. That is really the only thing that is real, is the breath that is actually happening in that moment.
I can't play our Shavasana song anymore because it was not, I hadn't gotten permission. I didn't realize I had to. So there will be silent Shavasana, and perhaps you can hear the sounds here of nature. I'd love it if you could hear the lake. It's right there. But more likely you'll hear a motorboat going by. So just hear what you hear. Now gently bring your awareness back to the space and begin to move your bodies, your fingers, your toes that have gotten a little extra attention during practice today. Maybe they're feeling happy. Maybe rock your head right and left, stretch, and gradually bring yourself over onto your side. Resting with your head on your arms, just coming back to your breath, perhaps revisiting your intention. And again, noticing your body at the end of practice, not just your body, but your emotions, your thoughts. And use your arms to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Sit with a tall, straight spine, lengthening up through the crown of your head, eyes closed. Let's take 3 breaths in, 3 inhales in through our nose. Exhale, sigh it out on the exhale through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. So 2 more times. in, bring your hands, palms together, thumbs at your heart space. Bow your chin lightly toward your chest. Thank yourself for coming to yoga today, for helping your body to become more supple. It's a great word. Long and strong muscles. Strong and flexible. That's what we're going for. And also the same for your mind, to have a flexible mind and approach to life. And I thank you for sharing yoga practice with me today remotely. And the light that is in me bows to and honors the same light in each of you. Namaste. So we'll see you next week, and I hope that anything you gained from yoga today you'll take out and share, even if it's just through your smile or your attitude toward other people. That's great. Thank you. Bye-bye.